It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they're struggling through some mid-season doldrums at this point. It's been a ragged patch of the schedule for them lately. And tonight we get to see the veteran Rudy Gay. Shaq, this is a guy who can give you 20 every time he steps on the floor.
You know, he has the confidence to create his own shot. He's only getting more efficient as the year goes on.
Yep. He still wants the ball in crunch time. He has the size, and his vertical is still up there with the big guys.
Yeah. Tip-off is coming up shortly. Kevin Harlan's standing by and ready to go.
The Nuggets have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court. Welcome to the Pepsi Center in Denver. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. And that's certainly what we have in store for us today. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. And, of course, Trey Lyles. Coaches and fans enjoying seeing how he fits into the game plan and lineup here with his new team.
Well, we're about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it going to be just hype or will it be reality? We will find out here soon enough, along with the fans in this arena and the people watching at home.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, hello there. Spurs coach Greg Popovich made the top 5 in all-time coaching wins last season. When asked about it, Pop said, "It's the most important thing in my life. My grandchildren can take a hike." I don't think he was being serious, guys.
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. You can see it all over the league. Injuries, Brent, beginning to affect some teams, but it's hard to pay your stars and maintain a deep bench all under the salary cap. It's a very difficult dance to do.
This is why sitting next to you as a broadcaster is a really less stressful thing to do, rather than be a general manager in the league.
Yeah.
So hard to make.
But you could be a general manager in this league.
Maybe at some point, Kevin, but right now I'm enjoying this seat with you. And I'm wondering how it is that some of these teams can get creative with cap analytics guys and their strategy, how much they want to press forward, given some of the restrictions of what you can do with your roster. But we know the more players you have that can step in and be ready, these deeper teams during the regular season usually pile up a few more wins than those that don't have that approach.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. They've got Pirtle. Damari Carroll is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the 2 spot. And finished off by Porter.
Well, Jokic with great anticipation there. One of his better qualities as a passing big.
Murray surveying the D. Pirtle with the ball to the inside from 13. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Pirtle.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
Murray against Murray. Murray kicks to Jokic and stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Pirtle tips it back in. Pirtle's got his first bucket of the night.
And Pirtle has a stick-with-it mentality on the offensive glass, just throwing himself against the board.
Now here is Harris. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Aldridge against Murray. Just 5 to shoot. And Jokic slams it in.
I like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
It was the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio. Murray kicks to Walker. The pass to Pirtle. Spurs working the ball around now. Here's Aldridge. Lays it up off the glass. Aldridge has got his second bucket of the game to go.
A super high percentage shot from Aldridge there. Layups work.
Murray, the pass to Harris. Back to Murray. Pass to Jokic. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Yeah, Jokic is a hard worker. That time, a terrific job of rolling into the open space after he set the screen.
And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away, using those long arms.
And stolen by Aldridge. Murray with it. Now guarded by Murray. Walker the pass to Purtle. Ball's knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. Murray kicks to Aldridge. The kick out to Walker. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist.
You could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession.
Now here's Murray. A 24-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
Offensive rebound. Purtle. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Purtle's got his second bucket of the night.
Astonishing body control by Purtle, just taking the hit head on and finishing through it all.
Murray against Murray. Harris kicks to Millsap. Murray outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Jokic. Here's Millsap. Tries again. And he sinks the layup. Millsap's got his first points in this one.
Well, there's been a lot of attention around the league about how good Millsap was defensively on the interior, but don't forget about what he could do on the offensive glass.
Now here is Aldridge, coming off a solid outing against Denver. Good on the shot.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, that had to have been #1 priority for the coaching staff coming into this one, limiting those turnovers and making sure they don't beat themselves this time.
For the Nuggets, Jeremy Grant comes in for Porter, and Barton subbed in for Gary Harris. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Lyles checked in for Purtle. Gay comes in for DeMar Carroll. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Walker. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And that one's good. Jokic. Spurs leading by 3.
Well, the Spurs organization has done an incredible job for so long, and Pop's consistency along with his relationship with R.C. Buford, the way that they've scoured the globe to go out and find talent. They've both done this at the highest level and are trying to be emulated by most every other team in the league.
Here's Millsap, back to Jokic. That's good, and it's Millsap with the assist. And it's 8 points for Jokic.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
Now here's Mills. Not a lot of room. To the paint. Here's Aldridge. Denver grabs the miss. And what's really amazing about Popovich, how well he does each aspect of each job.
Well, he's a terrific talent evaluator. He trusts the opinions of the guys who have gone out and done the scouting and the type of player and the type of character that they're going to bring in. It's a full collaborative effort. And then once they're in the fold for San Antonio, they do such a great job of developing players to fit their very intricate X's and O's schemes.
It's stolen by Bellinelli. Passes it to Mills. Kicks to Aldridge. Barton against Bellinelli. Pass to Wiles. Over Jokic. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against the Denver Nuggets.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
And he's able to get it back.
Let's take a look at numbers for Jamal Murray. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 7 assists and 2 rebounds. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy right now.
Free throws good. Lyle.
Really crushing the glass last season were the Nuggets, 7th overall in the league in rebounding and 2nd in offensive rebounds, which created a lot of second chance opportunities.
The Spurs making a switch here. Forbes checked in, and that one's good. Millsap.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the Spurs. Trailing by 2. He kicks to Gay. Over Millsap. Gay can't get it to go. And talking about the Nuggets, they've been a good rebounding team now for a while.
Yeah, top 10 in the league over the past 7 seasons. Not a lot of people talk about their rebounding prowess, but the boards are one of those sneaky places where they can get possession and control the game a bit.
And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jarian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
And he makes the first.
Jeremy Grant just has such a great combination of athleticism and explosiveness. It's up to him to find familiar spots on the floor and do a good job of playing off his teammates to make an impact on every game that he plays.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Hernan Gomez comes in for Paul Millsap. And Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. One of my favorite moves is the Euro step. I know it's one of yours as well. There are a lot of guys that can do it well.
Well, I got to see Manu Ginobili step around me for years in San Antonio. But I think James Harden is still the most devastating Euro step player we have in the game. There's something about the lefties, isn't there, Kevin? We have a hard time figuring a lefty out.
They throw you off automatically just by the left hand.
Right.
Then they add the little side step.
And James Harden with the shiftiness and the way he moves the ball around and draws contact. I know there are a lot of people that get aggravated by that, but he's nearly impossible to stop, especially when he's got his passport with the Euro step.
He slithers. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Bellinelli trying to break loose. Gay misses.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. Here is a list of the NBA's most adept passing teams this season. These are your assist leaders. 4th, the Nuggets.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
Now here's Plumlee. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Barton finds Grant. Shot clock at 6. Tries a 3. Another shot. And that one's good. Barton. And it's an 8-point Nugget lead.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Now here's Mills. Barton defending. Mills passes to Lyles. Now here's Bellinelli. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. To stop the drought. And Grant sends it back.
Grant's got some verts. I mean, it's all out there, especially effective on getting to the shooters and making an impact.
There's Lyles, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Nuggets leading by 8. Here's Morris. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game, and they call an illegal screen here.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
Yeah, really trying to sell it out there, but the official just, he ain't buying.
Spurs trail by 8. Here is Forbes. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. There's the pass to Lyles. And the three ball is good.
There's just no excuse to leave someone that wide open. Communication breakdown.
And here is Morris. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. To the middle. It's stolen by Lyles. And here comes Bellinelli leading the fast break. Stops, pops, good on the jump shot. And now just a 3-point Nugget lead.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Now here's Barton. T right on him. Here's Morris. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Brent, for as long as Coach Popovich has been at the top of this game, what really is there left to say?
I don't think there's much more you say on a professional level, but there's a lot to be said about the compassion and the things that Pop has done on a personal level for years behind the scenes, championing guys on his staff, supporting not only current players but former players on his team. The interesting thing for Pop the last couple of years is just how outspoken he's been in terms of the equality, not just around the NBA but around our nation, and some of the statements he's made that have garnered a lot of political attention. Greg Popovich not afraid to express some of the things that maybe deep down we all believe in.
Now here is Morris. Pass to Barton. Over Bellinelli. And that one's good. Barton. And now a 7-point Nugget lead.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here is Forbes. Passes it to Lyles. Here's Gay. Rebound by the Nuggets.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Grant kicks to Barton. Over Bellinelli. Barton, no luck. Spurs trail by 7. Pass to Forbes. Here's the 3. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Barton, no luck.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Carroll. That one a little long. Denver leading by 4. There's the triple. Barton, no luck. 24 seconds left to play here in the first. Here is Forbes, covered by Morris. 2 open that time, made it look too easy. Carroll's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Now Barton, he has 6. Over Bellinelli. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Nuggets lead by 1. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love. Like, that is the thing I play like when I know 4, 6, 7 years old. I don't know. Like basketball is always in my life. That like I think it's passion. I think it's passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
They've got Morris. He's out there with Gary Harris. Porter is out there with Plumlee. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward position. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
They certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. DA, thank you. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And how about the strength from the big fella? Porter is used to having to power through contact.
And Greg, with Michael Porter combining the length, athleticism, and scoring ability, he's a rare prospect.
I mean, in high school, he was the #1 prospect on a lot of people's lists. Had the back injury in his only year of college, but everyone knew what he could do when given the chance.
Well, Marcus Aldridge, he's checked in for the Spurs.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
Well, traditionally such an accurate three-point shooting team, the Spurs last year in a bit of a funk finished 26th in three-point percentage. That's after being first in the league 4 out of the last 8 years.
Now here's Aldridge. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. 16 feet away. He can't hit that time. And the Nuggets going the other way. I'm talking about the Spurs last season, Brett. Much of their offense was running through LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, he had a remarkable year, maybe his best year of his career. He looked so much more comfortable in his role. And without Kawhi Leonard, they leaned on him a ton. I think he enjoyed that. He responded with a great year.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Hernan Gomez. And Murray subbed in for Morris. Now here is Aldridge. 6 points for him. No coverage that time. Carroll's got 6.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Back to Murray. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Murray's got his first 2 points of the night.
Murray, not much fear there as he gets amongst the trees, looking in control down low.
Murray against Murray. And the pass to Aldridge. Millsap with the steal. Here's Murray. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
Well, Murray just pulling right up on the defense. Great at shooting off the dribble.
Murray against Murray. Murray kicks to Pirtle. Pass to Aldridge. Now here's Carroll. Millsap covering. The shot by Carroll no good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And for Jokic, just keeps getting better, Brent, but always stays very grounded in terms of his personality.
Yeah, I think his brothers had a lot to do with that. You just don't see the big ego coming out of him. In fact, you see a guy who's enjoying the game. He smiles, he's laughing with teammates, he enjoys being with this group and around this coaching staff. And he went as far as to say that he plays every game as a game of pickup basketball in his hometown. I need to travel over there and get in that game.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
The 6'10" Serbian Jokic is doing a little bit of everything. A decent scorer, a determined rebounder, and of course, an elite passer.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. We've heard Coach Steve Kerr say the power forward position, as we knew it, is disappearing. You could say that maybe about the center position, too.
I don't want to say that about the center position. What I want to tell you, Kevin, in my humble opinion, is that the center position has changed.
It's evolved.
So, yeah, I don't want to say that it's just disappeared, because there are players out there that are playing that position and doing a lot of the things that you would qualify as center-centric. Screening, going down to the block, rim running to the post, being an option down low. But it's definitely changed.
But now we're seeing him go out and defend smaller guys in the perimeter, taking threes, and that's what's weird for your eyes to just kind of absorb what's going on.
Well, it's weird to absorb not only that and what those players individually are asked to do, but when you're at a game and you're sitting in the stands and all of a sudden you see 5 guys that are outside the three-point line. I mean, go back to the game in the 80s. It's the exact opposite. It was like, you know, a bunch of ants on top of a lost candy bar sitting in the lane, gnawing at one another.
Right.
It's just changed. So the center position, not disappeared, just changed.
Mills, he's checked in for San Antonio. Spurs trail by 7. Murray with it. 9-point game his last outing. Inside, Millsap with the steal. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. For 3, Harris. And Pirtle pulls it down. San Antonio's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Walker looking for an opening. Puts it up from 12. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, tough to shake Harris. Even when you're rough on him, he's just going to keep coming at you.
And Gary Harris, a 6'4" shooting guard out of Michigan State. On paper, you might call him undersized, but with his strength and toughness, he's got it covered.
That's good from Harris. And if you're making a list of the best young shooting guards in the league, Greg, I got to think that Gary Harris is on that list.
Absolutely. A two-way player, defends his tail off, and offensively, he can score at all 3 levels.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Harris against Murray. He dishes it to Walker. Kicks to Pirtle. Over to the left wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Aldridge, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And let's see what Denver has coming up on Saturday. They'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Then on Tuesday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And for that game against the Kings, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top. And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Harris against Murray. Millsap with the steal. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
And Michael Porter, he has the natural attributes of an elite scorer.
He's got incredibly deep range. You can see that all the way back in high school. Almost automatic for mid-range. And as he adds strength, he'll become a force inside as well.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for San Antonio. 15-point game. After this one, they take on the Clippers at the Staples Center. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. Now here's Murray. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Aldridge. To halt the run, Jokic grabs the miss.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
The three. Murray, no good. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Denver. The Spurs also changing it up. Trey Lyles checked in for Jakob Poeltl. And Rudy Gay is subbed in for Walker. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
No doubt that last season was the best year LaMarcus has had, not just as a Spur, but maybe ever. Numbers across the board, both offensively and defensively, carrying and shouldering the load without Kawhi Leonard for just about all the season. It's pretty impressive stuff.
Now here's Murray. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. Down low, it's tipped and stolen by Harris. Grant in the post. He's covered by Gay. Got him with the pump fake. Savvy move right there. And the Nuggets lead by 17. And for Aldridge last year, Brent, a far cry from when he asked to be traded. Then had a sit-down with Greg Popovich, and that seemed to straighten things out.
Yeah, there were some frustrations for him, and the only way as a player you're going to have clarity is to sit down with your coach and hash it out. And Pop was more than willing to do that and reset some things for LaMarcus Aldridge, and they figured out a way to get through it. And it seems like whatever that clarity was, it worked out best for both parties.
Here's Mills. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Gay kicks to Mills. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Aldridge. And that time, also a missed shot.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon, because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Now, here's Jokic. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Murray, good. Murray's got 8.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Here's Gay. No points in the game yet for him. Murray outside. He kicks it to Harris. Jokic against Aldridge. Poked away and stolen by Aldridge. Trying to find Mills. Gets it to him. Chalk up 2 there.
For a guy who doesn't love the contact inside, Mills taking it up strong.
The one thing when you watch Patty Mills play, Brent, he is great at anticipating what is about to happen.
Well, it's obviously most noticeable when he's off the ball. A good sense of when to slip a screen or change pace a little bit to get some space. Very natural sense of spacing the floor and being set up for the three-point shot. And in a win-or-go-home scenario last year, the Nuggets lost their final regular season game. They missed out in the playoffs for the 5th season in a row. I don't see that happening this year. I think they'll be there.
Mills with the steal and the foul on Will Barton. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. San Antonio shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Capable of playing either forward, the versatility that Gay has, important in today's league for him to stay around.
He hits the second from the line. And talking about the Nuggets, despite how last year ended, this is a young team on the rise for sure.
Yeah, there are a number of guys that took significant strides last year, and they're certainly an exciting team to watch. The Nuggets may hit their peak just as other teams in the West may be coming down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Shots good by Lyles.
He's just so aggressive on that move. You have to come over fast and hard to stop him.
The Nuggets leading by 17. Over to the left wing. Here's Grant. Off target with his three. The Spurs have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And stolen by Barton. And here we go. And Barton throws it down.
Oh, yeah, sure, Will Barton, you could have laid that one in, but why? People pay tickets to see that kind of stuff.
Spurs trail by 19. And Forbes kicks to Lyles. Gay scanning the floor. Some solid defense from Grant. Denver's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Barton, no luck.
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
Here's Mills on target from 13 feet. Mills has got 5 points in the quarter.
And this is where Mills can get you. If you're the defender, you have to get up on the jump shot.
Morris finds Hernan Gomez. Ball stolen. Here is Forbes. Barton defending. Stolen by Grant. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
He is a great leaper for his size and gets off the floor so quickly. Sneaks behind the defense for that alley-oop.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Now, here's Lyles. He has 6. Here's Forbes. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Nuggets leading by 19 points. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. The finish, and then Gay with the dunk.
Rudy Gay not messing around that time on the inside, getting up quickly and all the way to the rim.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. And Marco Bellinelli, a player who has always been able to light it up from outside.
And Belly has been on so many teams in his career, but is always a wanted commodity due to his shooting. Very quick and easy way to add outside shooting to a team. He can honestly play a long time just on how badly teams need shooting in our league.
Tamari Carroll's checked in for Patty Mills. It's Barton with the drive. 2 points. That one goes.
Will Barton actually showing signs of strength, willing to take those shots. Even though the defense is all over him.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Now, Will Barton, think that this is a guy who came out of nowhere, but he was a 5-star recruit back in high school. Interesting thing is that he has not grown all that much since his time in high school, but certainly his game has.
Now, here's Lyles. A 20-point game for him in the win against Denver. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Forbes. And a miss there on the triple.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Morris with the bucket. And, of course, Barton's second-round pick struggled early to find his niche in this game.
Yeah, another one of those guys that had to have a little bit of time in the developmental league in the first couple seasons. We're all about the learning process, and then, boom, the light goes on, the shooting starts to improve. He gets in the right system, he gets the right opportunity, and he's been a very strong contributor ever since.
For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. It's going to be Bellinelli shooting. It's going to go on Will Barton. Well, with Kawhi Leonard gone, a new era for the Spurs. Even with the addition of DeMar DeRozan, San Antonio looks to be entering their most significant rebuild in decades.
Yeah, but at least they were able to get a star in DeRozan. Now, I would call it more of a reload than a rebuild for the Spurs. Still a lot of talent to work with on that roster.
And that one falls for Bellinelli.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Now here's Porter. He's coming off a 13-point game against San Antonio. Porter with the steal. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Back to Porter. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Porter's got 7 points for the quarter.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
Shoots from 12, and that one's good by Gay.
Adept at converting at the mid-range. Rudy Gay, when he gets room to shoot, he's not going to think about it 2 times.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Mike Malone. How has ball movement opened up things for you offensively?
Every game we have where we get into a one-on-one game, over-dribbling, not passing, we become very easy to guard. The good thing about tonight is the ball is moving. We're trying to make plays for each other. When we move the ball, we get high percentage shots, which is all we can ask for.
Thanks very much for your time, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They got their lead up to as many as 8 points in the opening period. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
Welcome back to Denver, everyone. Traffic coming in and out of downtown Denver on this lovely night in the Rockies. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Gotta like what Will Barton has done in this game.
And in that first half, something we don't see a lot of from him, the ability to make everyone around him better.
Now, that's not really his forte, Greg. Unselfish play.
Denver leading by 20. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for San Antonio, Damari Carroll is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Pirtle. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the 2. Shot clock at 5. Here's Porter. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Wow, can't lose Millsap on the boards, and surprisingly up quick for a finish on the offensive glass.
San Antonio's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Murray kicks to Pirtle. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Pirtle. Aldridge has got 10 points.
This guy is looking for some life preservers. He needs more help. He's playing well, but his teammates have to pick up the slack here.
And there's the pass to Millsap. Porter outside. A rebound by the Spurs. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound in this one. That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Rebound by the Nuggets. Porter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside Millsap. Walker against Harris. Here's Jokic. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they've only connected on 1 of 4 to start the half. Their offense is sputtering just a little bit here.
Millsap with the steal. Feeds to Porter. Floats it up for Jokic. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. To the middle. Here's Murray. Walker the pass to Aldridge. The second chance effort. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Aldridge has got 4 this quarter.
Well, part of this is on the defense. You let Aldridge get into any kind of rhythm scoring the basketball, and you deserve this kind of punishment.
Harris kicks to Murray. Here's Jokic. Rebound San Antonio.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5. And nicely done. Running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
So it's Denver now, following the bucket by the Spurs. In the corner, it's Harris. Sinks the 3-pointer. Harris has got 11 points.
Important to have shooters on the floor that can spread you out. Gary Harris likes to nail the deep 3, and he does there.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Well, with Jokic, even the organization admits when they drafted him, they did not envision this kind of production. I mean, it really has been off the charts. You think about the trade that they made to clear the way for Jokic to be the defined center, and what he's done with that. His team has been off to the races offensively with the way he handles the point center position.
Now here is Aldridge. He's got 12. Shots good by Walker.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction, and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Here's Millsap. He's got 6. Murray kicks to Jokic. Just 5 on the clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Millsap misses. And talking about Jokic, even his teammates are in awe, Brent, of his playmaking.
Yeah, even the veteran Mike Miller said last year that it's made the team so hard to guard because it's a weapon really that no other team has. And of course, we've seen great passers, Marc Gasol, DeMarcus Cousins. They have the ability, but the offense is not structured around the things that Jokic can do. I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. Down by 15. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Spurs got through some tension in their relationship early on. Now, Greg Popovich said, it became apparent that it really was me. He'd been in the league for 9 years. I'm not going to turn him into some other player. That was just silly. So we took care of it, and he's been fantastic. Guys?
That's why Pop is the best in the business, DA. He's always going to figure it out. Thanks. Here's Murray following the basket by Jokic. A floater. Here's Carroll. Kept alive. Birtle, the pass to Murray. Over Millsap. The baseline J off the mark.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Rejected by Walker. They retain possession. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Porter. Spurs also with the sub. Mills is checked in. Now here's Murray. 10 points for him. Now the feed to Millsap. Over Aldridge. And that one goes long. Spurs trail by 15. Mills with it. Now guarded by Murray. And Mills kicks to Carroll. Now here is Pirtle. 6 points for him. Shots good by Mills. Mills has got 7.
Well, he lacks some size and some strength, but Mills creative in the inside to finish that one.
Jokic inside. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Pulls up on the wing. Here's Aldridge. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
You can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. Like to see his guys step up a little more.
Denver calls timeout. Prior to the start of the last season, Aldridge signed a contract extension to stay with San Antonio, to the surprise of many. Most fans thought he wanted out.
Well, I think the Spurs bet on Aldridge turning things around a little bit. Maybe after 1 year in the system, he would find it to be a little bit more comfortable, and he ended up having one of his best seasons to date. I mean, you could include his years in Portland in that as a cornerstone for the Spurs franchise now. Sometimes it just takes a clear head and a little bit of communication, and Pop and LaMarcus sat down and had that talk, and last year he had a tremendous season.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Barton, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
A good job by Barton. Fantastic feel on how to beat that defensive scheme.
The Nuggets have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. An exciting team in Denver these days, and their fans are letting them know it.
Yeah, they're starting to get fired up in Denver. The arena sold out 14 times last year compared to just 3 times the year before. So for decades, this has been a football town. Nuggets starting to garner some attention with the type of roster and the way that they play.
Now here's Mills. He's got 7. Barton kicks to Grant, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Hard to guard when he's that close. Grant really good at drawing the defense in to foul him.
Jeremy Grant out of Syracuse, the rare second-round pick, Brent, who's gotten steady NBA minutes throughout his young career.
Yeah, interesting minutes last year in OKC, where he started to make a big difference, actually playing off the bench at the 5 spot and taking advantage with his quickness and athleticism on the roll. I look at a vet like Richard Mbamute, an elite defender, as a guy he might be able to emulate, but more so from the 5 position.
One constant for the San Antonio Spurs, the ability to protect the rim.
Well, they do it on 2 levels. You have guys moving their feet, they get in great position defensively, and then you have 6 straight years where the Spurs have been top 10 in block shots. I think that would surprise a lot of people.
And he's good on the second. Here is Forbes. He has 5. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Mason Plumlee. How last month turned out for him, averaging about 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
Now here's Gay, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Forbes. Good work defensively by Morris. The Nuggets leading by 13. Tries it from the top of the key. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Morris has got his 3rd bucket of the night. San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Here is Forbes. And it's sent back by Plumlee.
Showing good shot blocking skills at times. Plumlee gets all of that one. Now, this just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Inside, Morris into the lane. No good on that one. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Pass to Bellinelli. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Bellinelli's got 5 now.
Yeah, and Bellinelli, very creative, has that ability to get into the heart of the defense.
Morris finds Jokic. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Now here's Bellinelli. He's got 5. And here is Lyles. Over Jokic, and it's sent back by Jokic. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. A different look for Denver. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Jokic. And Murray's subbed in for Morris. The Nuggets leading by 15. Murray kicks to Barton. Passes it to Hernangomez. To the paint. Here's Grant. It's hauled in by Lyles. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. And it's White missing. Grant the pass to Plumlee. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. He's got 6.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
Murray against Murray. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
Shots, gentlemen.
The Spurs shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Two shots.
No good on that one. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And the second free throw, good. The Nuggets leading by 16. Inside. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. And it's Murray with the jam.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Now, here is Hernangomez. Kicks it to Barton. To the inside. Vanderbilt, 6 to shoot. Another 3 for Denver.
One thing about Plumlee, he possesses good passing skills from the low post and when facing up.
Murray, the pass to Medu. Gay outside. Pass to Murray. To the inside. Here's Medu. The shot comes out. Plumlee with some nice D. And stolen by Murray. There's the pass to Lyles. And the dunk by Lyles.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
And the Nuggets making a change here. Craig's checked in. And San Antonio with the change here too. Damari Carroll's checked in for Medu. Here's Craig, guarded by Walker. Gay trying to break free. They get the rebound. Hernan Gomez misses from short range.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Outside, Walker. To the middle. Here's Murray. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Murray's got 9.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Murray kicks to Hernan Gomez. Barton, wide open, he fires. It's good from long range. Barton's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Now Gay, 5 points in the game. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the third. 5 on the clock. And the Spurs scoring again.
I love how Gay keeps the ball high, not allowing the defense to block it. His length really comes in handy.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Nuggets on top. They lead by 14. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Spurs trail by 14. Murray and Harris, the guards. Paul Millsap out there with Porter. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And it's Murray penetrating. And there it is for him. Murray's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for San Antonio. So it's Denver now. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Murray kicks to Millsap. Outside, Porter. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Here's Plumlee. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, for people who question some toughness and determination, Plumlee showing off that he can finish through contact and growing in both of those areas.
Now here's Carroll. Lyles with it. The dish to Gay. Clock at 6. Here's Walker, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver, leading by 12. He feeds it to Plumlee. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The 6'11" Mason Plumlee out of Duke, Greg. He's got a live body.
Very athletic, Kevin. His mobility enables him to defend smaller players on the perimeter. Offensively, he is a threat to finish at the rim.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Pirtle, he's checked in for Lyles. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Rejected by Harris.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
You look over the defense, you find an opportunity inside the lane. That's good work by Paul Millsap.
Mills finds Carroll. Now Pirtle. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Carroll with the three. Second chance shot, and it's sent back by Plumlee. Inside, Millsap. Good work defensively by Gay. Spurs trail by 14. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Harris kicks to Millsap. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. There's Porter with the three. The Nuggets keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock. And Millsap slams it in. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
And Millsap really getting up for that one. Love the aggressiveness.
Spurs have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Pass to Carey. He kicks it to Pirtle. To the wing right side. And a wide open look for Walker. And it's off from three-point range. Got a piece of it. To the paint. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Jokic is checked in for the Nuggets. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
The confidence that Gary Harris is playing with right now, he is ready to shoot once that ball touches his mitts.
Now here's Mills. Outside, Walker passes it to Pirtle. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Spurs trail by 16. Mills passes to Carroll. Pirtle with the ball. Dishes to Aldridge. Mills in the corner. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Fires from deep. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Denver leading by 16. Here's Murray. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
The kick out to Walker. The three. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Porter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the paint. It's stolen by Carroll. And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. That one goes in.
And that's where his advantage is. Speed in the open floor. Mills is a Tasmanian devil of sorts on the break.
That one misses.
The Australian-born Patty Mills, former second-round pick. Who knew Mills would someday win an NBA championship? Well, the Spurs did.
Porter with the steal. And finished off by Porter.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
And it's Mills with the ball for the Spurs. Kicks to Carroll. Now here is Pirtle. Jokic defending. Pirtle dishes to Aldridge. High arcing shot. Rebound by the Nuggets.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Stolen by Walker. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The Spurs making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Spurs trail by 18. Pass to Carroll. Now here is Pirtle. Jokic defending. Pirtle kicks to Aldridge. He dishes it to Walker. 5 to shoot. Over Millsap. Here's Aldridge over Harris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact. And he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Jokic.
And the defender getting caught in between there, isn't sure which move Aldridge is going to, and guesses wrong.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
No good on the free throw.
Second player taken in the 2006 NBA draft. Aldridge has been an all-star multiple times and one of the game's most prolific scorers over the past decade.
And he sinks the second. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap.
On the offensive boards, he has been a force. Offensive rebounding is all about pursuing the basketball, and he has not stopped that pursuit all night. The second chances he's created have been a big factor.
After 2 straight losses, they switched it up a bit tonight, giving him a much bigger role, and it's worked out even better than they could have hoped for. Now here is Harris. The pass to Jokic. Murray surveying the D. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Murray against Murray. Murray kicks to Carroll. Aldridge inside. Pass to Pirtle. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Porter.
And the way Pirtle uses his 7-foot frame, so skilled in how he earns calls on his way up with the shot.
Two shots.
And the first one drops.
And Pirtle is a massive guy, someone that uses his height exceptionally well to get high-quality looks at the bucket.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
One of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
And that one falls for Paul Millsap.
Now you look at Paul Millsap's career and just how much has changed from being the role player in Utah and scoring around the basket to becoming part of that great run in Atlanta where he expanded his game to the three-point line. Now that scoring and that rebounding is a huge part of what they need here in Denver.
And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. And talking Millsap, you really do know what you're going to get from him year in and year out.
Yeah, it's super consistent, and it goes beyond the stats. He plays with great passion. He's tough. He wants to win basketball games, and that desire shows up every night. The interesting thing is about Paul Millsap being a carrier for this ball club. It's a role he's still getting used to.
The league and players union, Brent, both have expressed supporting guys who express their views and social concerns. You like that?
I think it's amazing the way the league has backed some of the avenues with which players have used their voices.
Embraced.
Well, extending well beyond just saying things, Kevin, because we know actions speak louder than words, and there are so many guys around our league that do important philanthropic work. But the fact that the league supports all of those things, the fact that you see Adam Silver show up at some of these events, or that there's press releases from the league office about some of the things guys are doing, there's amazing cohesion when it comes to the league and its players, because they understand that everything that they're doing has such a significant impact in the communities in which they live in and around the game with which we all love.
Well said.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Murray, the pass to Carroll. Now here is Pirtle. Jokic defending. Pirtle dishes to Aldridge. Deep two from Carroll. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Aldridge has got assist number 5 here tonight.
And that's his role. That's where Carroll's at his best, the catch and shoot.
Now here's Millsap. Harris kicks to Jokic. There's Porter with the 3. No good there. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Now here's Murray. Aldridge left side. Does not find the basket. He's shooting 50% from the floor on 14 tries. Passes to Jokic. The Nuggets moving the ball around, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Free throw good. Porter. Players are talking about the new sports science. Better sleep, recovery after lifting, playing, traveling, whatever it is. They say it's making a difference. What do you think?
I think it only makes a difference if the guys put it into practice, Kevin. Like, as much information as they can hand out in a team meeting and sort of give you directives about how it is you should rest and when it is you can get your sleep, players won't see those benefits unless they're as disciplined as they are with trying to get better in the offseason as they are with making sure that they get proper rest to be at their athletic best for competition.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. Good on the second free throw. Denver leading by 20. Murray kicks to Harris. Murray against Murray. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And with the playmaking in Denver's front court, point guard Jamal Murray is free to hunt his shot. Very comfortable playing off the ball.
And he makes the first. And you look at Jamal Murray's assist numbers, he's more like a 2 guard.
Well, he's kind of a combo, 6'4", 6'5"-ish, but you can't have enough shooting, and he's got a quick trigger.
He's off on the second. One thing I like about Adam Silver, he is always looking to break new ground, push the envelopes, and develop new areas of innovation.
Well, always forward thinking, and of course this league has always done that. Adam has found a new position in the league, having a chief innovation officer in place, somebody that's always examining not only how things are going in the league and maybe being adaptable to change, but examining what's going on worldwide. And you always see the way the league tinkers with and toys with Summer League and the way the G League competition sets up in order to try to find more ways to make the game more enjoyable or more accessible to the fan base.
First one falls for him. He hits both from the stripe. And the Spurs with possession. Murray outside to the middle. Here's Aldridge. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
It's an underrated strength of LaMarcus Aldridge, able to power in the shot even when being fouled.
Murray, the pass to Harris. Jokic with it. To the middle. Here's Porter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the first one at the line is good. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
Now here is Pirtle. There's the dish to Aldridge. Shot clock at 6. Walker with it. Now defended by Jokic. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 4 assists in the game.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Denver.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Michael Porter.
Yeah, it felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. There was a lot of talk, too, Brent, about the age requirement for entering the draft, and Commissioner Silver has said it's a clear change that's probably on the way. What do you think the league should do?
Can you and I talk about a guy that you know quite well, who in 1995 came out as
17-year-old, I know
in the NBA draft? Kevin Garnett came into the league and handled himself extremely well. Now, for every one of those stories, we know there were other ones where guys did not make much of their NBA careers.
But then here comes the G League.
The G League, to me, is the huge key.
That's the equalizer.
A lot of these guys have a ripcord now for some of those things that transpired over the course of the last 30 years, where they can have a softer landing point to continue to develop, to continue to mature, and have an opportunity to make something of their NBA career.
Excellent explanation. Barton. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists.
And you can tell they're ready to start celebrating a well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, you can see the fans. They've already started celebrating themselves. A gutty performance.
Here's Murray after the basket by Will Barton. The first free throw is good. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. The Spurs also with the sub. Carroll's checked in, and so Murray nails both of them. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Down low, it's stolen by Morris. Here's Hernangomez. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. First one falls for him. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Murray kicks to Carroll. Pass to Wiles. Fires the 3. Not going to go that time. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Mason, your game has expanded some, and what has that process been like?
You know, you just learn something new every game. You have to study your opponent and see what's going to be open, but some of the constants have to be rebounding, defense, bringing energy in, and that's always going to get you a little bit.
Well, you had the whole package tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.